any contacts with the opposition, these were rounded up within days and were in jail, and some of them were shot immediately, and the purges just rolled on from there, to the point where they were shooting 1,500 to 2,000 people in Moscow alone in one day in the summer of 1937.
It has been estimated that during these and later purges, Stalin liquidated 20 million Soviet citizens as enemies of the people. Members of his own Politburo were so afraid of him that no one dared to be the first to stop clapping for Stalin. The applause would go on for so long that bells were eventually used to signal an end to the clapping. Stalin eliminated enemies, or imagined enemies, both literally and figuratively.
Take, for example, Trotsky. There is the famous photograph of Lenin giving a speech, Trotsky standing over on the other side of the platform. Later on, Trotsky disappears. Stalin arranged for Trotsky to disappear both in that photograph and later on in real life when he had him assassinated.
Anyone liquidated by Stalin's regime was, on his orders, removed from historical records forever and their photos destroyed. Not even posters were exempt. The finest of artists in the Soviet Union spent long hours retouching photos, erasing images of those who had vanished.
The photographs and the retouching of the photographs just demonstrate a sort of like a second death.
For 30 years, photo historian David King has assembled one of the world's largest collections of photographs, posters and paintings from the Soviet era and documented Stalin's treachery.
What you're really seeing is a second death. The first death at the hands of the secret police, and the second death is a death concerned with elimination from the media. This second death was just as powerful and final as the first, because normally one has remembrance of people who have died, and with this it was the idea was to eliminate that they had ever existed in the first place. And the results of retouching of these faces becomes very, very strange and macabre indeed. Not only were they splashed with India ink, but they were also hacked with razors, scissors. The more aggressive the retouching, I think probably contributed to the fact that you would be considered to be a better Stalinist.